just know you took some product home. And so there's some things that you will learn this morning, I hope. My prayer is that you take just something with you that can help you with your business. I can't tell you that this is the only way. This is just the way I know. All right? And so I want to give you some information to take home with you and get yourself started. So what I want to start with is something very, very simple. And I have a few handouts, and we're just going to hand them out. And the reason I don't hand them all out in front is because I don't want you to read them while I'm talking about something else. So we're going to just pass these out to the best of our ability. And if you're a couple, you may just have to have one, okay? Because I don't know if we have enough. We'll pass those back, and hopefully we've got enough. And if you're with your best friend, maybe you can share one. And whatever. I think I've got 45 or so copies. Because, you see, I had hundreds, but when you have 60 and 60 and 60, every day I've had to run by the office and use their copy machine. So yesterday I made, I think, 45 more. And so I have none for Jackson tomorrow. We'll figure that out on the way. So this is just a very simple ambassador to-do list. I'm over 50. I got to get my glasses. I said it's nothing to do. I don't need my glasses, but just in case. I tend to steal from people. I love when people have good ideas because it just makes me look better. And so I steal people's other ideas, and you know, you talk it, and then somebody writes it down. I'm like, oh, good. I'm glad somebody put that in writing. So this is what we've been talking about. It's just it's a couple things that new ambassadors will want to do to achieve success. First thing is you need to get familiar with your back office. But when I talk about back office, I also want to talk about your front page, your website, the actual website that your customers see before you log in and put your password in and go into the back office. That front page, you need to really visit. You may not have the time to do it all in one sitting, but 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. But you need to visit that front page, because here's what I know. If a customer calls you and says, I want to purchase some product, and you don't know where to tell them to go, what is that saying to your customer? So we really need to just look at that sheet and figure out, what do we need to do for someone to purchase? Go in and purchase. Go in and purchase as a retailer. Go in and purchase as a preferred customer. Just don't check out, okay? Don't put your credit card in there and check out, but see what the steps are that your customers need to take, so when they call you, you can sound somewhat intelligent and somewhat of a business person and say, you know what, there's a tab over there that says purchase. Click on that. As you're driving down the road with your earbud, you can say, click on purchase. Okay, you have two choices. You can choose retail or preferred. You should know what the difference is. But if you've never been back there and looked, you might not be real clear about what the difference is. So you need to know. You need to go ahead and let them know. Here's what it takes to be a retail customer, and this is what it will take to be a preferred customer. Let me tell you what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't talk them into either one. People do not want to be sold, they want to buy. Okay? Let them make a decision. People are intelligent. Let's let them make their own decision. You just need to give them enough information to make a decision. Does that mean you should go ahead and go into an hour-long spiel about the ingredients? No. Do you know that people could care less? Most people, there's some of you that really want to know about the ingredients, but most people just want to know one thing: does it work? That's all they want to know. Does it work? And am I going to gag when I take it? No, I'm not going to gag. It tastes good. Take the stuff. So, you know, and I always throw in something, you know, it's funny because what you tell people is kind of what they relate to. I was like, oh yeah, you got to try that. It tastes like cherry Kool-Aid. Weak cherry Kool-Aid. Gosh, it tastes like sweet cherry Kool-Aid. You know, it's kind of like whatever you verbalize, okay? But if you say, well, I'm not really crazy about the taste, I have to add it with this. Tastes like sweet cherry Kool-Aid, okay? Yesterday morning I was doing training, and I said something about a bottle of water, and had a lady raise her hand. Oh, no, a glass of water. Lady, oh, no, you should tell everybody they should put it in a bottle. I said, no, they can put it in whatever water they wanted to. And the minute she raised her hand and said that, I had 6 other people on this side raise their hand because they were all going to tell us how to stir it. But you see how that, if people will do that in training, can you only imagine what the poor customers are going through? So we need to be real clear. We only need to give people enough information to make a decision, okay? You know, last night we just basically told people at work. Why? Because we shared testimonies. So just give them enough information. You need to know what all those tabs are what's in that front page, because I know we're so excited to get to the back office to see what's going on that we forget about that front page. But that's the page your customer sees, and you need to be as familiar with it as possible. And the truth of it is, I had to go back in it the other day because I had just thought I knew it, and I was like, you know what? I don't remember what one of those tabs was, so I went in and revisited it myself. So no matter how long you've been in, go in and take a revisit, okay? I mean, some of you are at least 90 days old, so, you know, you might want to go in and revisit. You need to order your business cards. Let me tell you why you need business cards. I don't care where you get them from. If you want to get them from Vistaprint, that's fine. If you want to get them from some signed person, that's fine. But we have a resource center. You guys, these are professional, sharp-looking business cards. And for $34.95 for $250, or if you add $10 to it, they'll double your quantity. It's just a good deal. So if you're not sure where to get your cards from, check the resource center and get your cards from there. They look really good, and you can pick some fronts and pick some backs. I'm going to suggest that you pay the $5 for the proof, because you get so excited about which front and which back you want, you're going to spell your name. Okay? So go in there and pay the extra $5 and get the proof and make sure it's right, because there's nothing worse than getting 500 business cards and your name's incorrect, or you transposed an ambassador number or anything of that effect. So pay the $5. But here's what statistics say. People with business cards are more successful than people without. I don't see any other reason that you shouldn't have business cards. If it's going to make me more successful, let's have one, because it's hard to exchange a business card with somebody if you don't have one. And let me find a piece of paper to write my stuff down on. You know, let's have a business card. Let's look professional. Let's play the part. Okay, so get you some business cards. You need to review the questions and answers on your tab page. I love when you said that. I thought, oh my gosh, she's talking about my training. See, there's all these questions and answers that are already in there. They're already there. There's list upon list, and I've got to call into Chris Pike because we've had a lot more questions come in, and we probably need to update that a little bit. You guys, every day there's someone that's asked a question and got an answer. We need to know what the question was and what the answer is, so that when we get asked, if we don't remember it, we know where to send people to find the answer, okay? See, I don't think you need to know all the answers. You just need to know where they need to go to get them, okay? And if you look at that question and answer tab, you're going to be blown away by all the questions that's already come through, and you're going to be that much more knowledgeable. And you don't need to spend a lot of time trying to find the question and answer for them. Send them there, okay? Most of the time, if you read it enough, you'll know enough to satisfy that person. So check that question and answer tab. It's really some really good information. Let's talk about the opportunity calls. The opportunity calls are near and dear to my heart, mostly because I do them. But beyond that, they're like people that don't live somewhere that's close to a meeting. That is their meeting, you guys. That is their meeting. They need to be connected. The only people that I find that are not doing their Plexus business as well as they would like are not connected. See, I think we are so fortunate to have corporate come to Slidell, to Hattiesburg, to Gulfport. Are you kidding me? I mean, really. And so, you know, we're so lucky. There are other people. We want to sponsor people that live in other places where there's basically nobody. How do we get them connected with us? Get them on the opportunity call. You guys, it's a 20-minute call. I do the product part so fast it spins your head, okay? 3 minutes. And because I want to spend the most time on people's testimonies. But if you listen to it enough, you might catch one of the products and what I said about it. So it's really quick information on the product. Current events, I try to talk about any current events that might be going on. That's why you need to be on it. You need to make sure you're aware of any current events, and you just might hear a testimony of a friend or a customer that asked you a question. So, you know, we had a lady just 3 weeks ago that was on a pump, and she testified. It wasn't a day later had someone ask me, what about people on a pump? I was like, oh man, we just had that on the testimony call. I know that answer, okay? I can refer back to that person. I can't tell you what it'll do for you, but this is what it did for a person that was on our testimonial call. You guys, these testimonial calls are worth gold. They are your lifeline to this business. So you need to be on the call. If 8 o'clock on Wednesday is not convenient for you, no problem, it's recorded. Go back in the next day and listen to it, or the day after, or whatever the case may be. You need to listen to them. Every opportunity you get, you need to go in and listen to those opportunity calls. Then we have a business tip. How many of you were on the call? Of course, last night we did a recording call because I was here.